Jab. The jab is the fastest and most commonly used punch in boxing. It is thrown with the lead hand and travels straight forward toward the opponent's head or body. Fighters use the jab to measure distance, interrupt attacks, and set up stronger punches. Because it is quick and requires minimal movement, it is often used repeatedly to control the pace of a fight. Cross. The cross is a powerful straight punch thrown with the rear hand. It travels directly down the center line toward the opponent's face or torso. The punch gains power from the rotation of the hips and shoulders, making it one of the most damaging punches in boxing. Fighters often throw the cross immediately after a jab, forming the classic 1-2 combination, lead hook. The lead hook is a short, circular punch thrown with the lead hand. Instead of traveling straight forward, it swings horizontally toward the side of the opponent's head or body. Boxers generate power by rotating their hips and pivoting their lead foot. The lead hook is famous for knockout moments because it can catch opponents off guard from the side. Rear hook. The rear hook is similar to the lead hook, but is thrown with the back hand. Because it comes from the power side of the body, it can be extremely forceful. However, it usually requires a bit more setup or timing because the motion is larger. Fighters often use it when they are already inside close range. Lead uppercut. The lead uppercut is an upward punch thrown with the lead hand. It travels from low to high, targeting the opponent's chin or body. This punch is especially effective when opponents lean forward or move into close range. Skilled boxers use it as a surprise counter during exchanges. Rear uppercut. The rear uppercut is thrown with the backhand and typically carries more power than the lead version. It rises sharply upward toward the opponent's chin or solar plexus. Fighters generate force by bending their knees slightly and driving upward through the hips and shoulders. When timed correctly, it can lift an opponent's head and create knockout opportunities. Overhand. The overhand is a looping punch thrown with the rear hand that arcs over an opponent's guard. Instead of traveling straight, it drops downward like a hammer toward the head. This punch is often used to counter jabs or reach opponents who keep their hands high in front of their face. Its curved path makes it unpredictable. Body hook. The body hook is a hook aimed at the opponent's ribs or liver area rather than the head. It is usually thrown from close range with a tight circular motion. Body hooks can gradually weaken an opponent by draining energy and making it harder to breathe comfortably. Many fighters use them strategically to slow opponents down during long fights. Shovel hook. The shovel hook sits between a hook and an uppercut in terms of angle. It travels diagonally upward into the opponent's body, usually targeting the ribs or liver. The punch gets its name because the motion resembles shoveling upward. It is commonly used when fighters are close together and slightly crouched. Check hook. The check hook is a defensive counterpunch thrown while stepping or pivoting away from an incoming opponent. A boxer throws a lead hook while turning their body to avoid the attack. This punch is often used against aggressive fighters who rush forward. When executed correctly, it lands while the attacker moves into the punch. Gazelle punch. The gazelle punch is an advanced and dramatic technique where a fighter jumps forward while throwing a lead hook. The motion creates extra momentum and surprise. Because it requires timing and balance, it is rarely used but can be spectacular when it lands. The punch became famous after being used by legendary fighters in highlight knockouts. Haymaker. The haymaker is a wide, swinging punch thrown with maximum force. Unlike more technical punches, it travels in a large arc and relies heavily on raw power. Because it is slower and easier to see coming, skilled boxers do not rely on it often. However, when it connects cleanly, it can end a fight instantly.